welcome back. Tonight, three quiet tales wait beneath the moonlight. Our first story is called Painted Skin. Let your thoughts grow still and listen. A deep sleep story. Tonight, let your breathing grow slow and soft. Imagine a quiet town in ancient China. Stone streets washed in silver moonlight. Wooden houses resting beneath curved roofs. Paper lanterns glowing faintly in the evening mist. The world is still. The night is kind. And our story begins. Long ago, there lived a scholar named Wang. He was educated, respected, and proud of his gentle heart. He believed himself compassionate. He believed he understood goodness. His home stood near the edge of town, where bamboo shadows swayed softly against whitewashed walls. He had a devoted wife, a woman calm and steady, whose love was quiet but deep. Life was simple, peaceful, or so it seemed. One evening, as the sun melted into violet twilight, Wang walked alone beyond the city gate. A cool breeze followed him, and along the empty road, he saw her, a young woman, trembling beside a tree. Her robe was torn. Her long black hair fell loosely over pale shoulders. Her eyes shimmered with unshed tears. She looked fragile, lost. Wang's heart stirred. "Miss," he asked gently, "why are you alone at this hour?" Her voice was soft, almost breaking. "I escaped from a cruel man," she whispered. "I have no family here, no place to hide." The wind lifted her sleeve slightly. She seemed so helpless, so delicate beneath the rising moon. Without further thought, Wang offered her shelter. "There is a spare room at my house," he said. "You may stay there safely." And so, he brought her home. He told no one, not even his wife. From that night forward, something in the house began to change. The air felt heavier. The lamps flickered though the windows were closed. The young woman stayed always in the back chamber. She avoided sunlight. She avoided conversation. But her beauty was beyond comparison. Her skin smooth like polished jade. Her lips soft as early spring petals. Her eyes deep, but unreadable. Wang found himself visiting her often. He brought her tea. He brought her fruit. He lingered longer each day. His studies grew neglected. His wife noticed the distance in his voice. The house became quiet, but not peaceful. One afternoon, in the busy marketplace, Wang encountered a wandering Taoist priest. The priest stopped suddenly. His eyes narrowed. "You," the priest said firmly, "there is something dark in your home." Wang forced a smile. "You must be mistaken." The priest stepped closer. "You shelter a demon." The word seemed absurd. A demon? Wang felt anger rise within him. She is a frightened woman, nothing more. The priest studied him with pity. When the painted mask is removed, the truth is revealed. From his sleeve, he produced a small yellow charm inscribed with red ink. Place this upon your door if you value your life. But pride is a powerful thing. Wang returned home and did nothing. That night, curiosity stirred within him, a strange unease he could not quiet. The back chamber door stood slightly open. Inside, a single oil lamp burned low. Wang stepped forward silently, and what he saw froze the breath in his chest. At the wooden table sat a hideous creature. Its true body was shriveled, dark, almost skeletal. Its eyes glowed faintly like embers beneath ash. Beside it hung a delicate human skin, beautiful, smooth, carefully painted. The creature lifted the skin gently like a robe. Slowly, patiently, it wrapped the skin around its own body. The transformation was seamless. In moments, the young woman stood there once more, radiant, perfect. Wang staggered backward in terror. His heart pounded like thunder. He fled into the night. Desperate, trembling, he searched for the Taoist priest. He found him beneath an old pine tree. "Save me," Wang cried. "It is true, it is true." The priest sighed as though he had expected this. "You allowed desire to blind you." He followed Wang back to the house. Inside the chamber, the priest raised his wooden sword. The young woman hissed, her beauty flickering like a disturbed reflection. The priest cast the charm. The demon shrieked. Its skin split open, revealing its twisted form beneath. With a flash of light, it vanished. Silence returned. Wang collapsed in relief. But the night was not yet finished. When he returned to his bed, he felt a sudden cold. The air thickened, and before he could cry out, the demon reappeared. Its eyes burned with fury. "You dared betray me." With unnatural speed, it tore open Wang's chest. It seized his heart and disappeared into darkness. By morning, Wang lay lifeless. His wife wept beside him. Her grief was raw and endless. The Taoist priest returned. "He cannot be restored by my power," he said softly. "But there is one, a mad beggar in the marketplace. If he agrees to help, there may yet be hope." The wife, though noble and dignified, did not hesitate. She found the beggar, a filthy, laughing man people avoided. She knelt before him. "Please," she begged, "save my husband." The beggar stared at her, then laughed wildly. "You would kneel for a man who betrayed you?" Still, she did not rise. "Please." Perhaps something in her devotion moved him. He spat out a dark, sticky substance into his palm. "Take this," he said. "Place it inside your husband's body." The wife did not question. She returned home. With trembling hands, she placed the strange substance into her husband's chest. She waited. The room was silent. Moments stretched like endless threads. Then, a faint warmth, a breath, a pulse. Wang's eyes fluttered open. His heart beat once more. Life returned, but not unchanged. Wang rose from death with clarity. He saw now the blindness of his desire. He saw the loyalty of his wife. He saw the danger of illusion. The demon's painted skin had been flawless, but beneath it, emptiness, decay, deception. True beauty had been beside him all along, quiet, faithful, unadorned. From that day forward, Wang lived humbly. He honored his wife. He abandoned arrogance. And he never again mistook appearance for truth. Now, the lanterns in that ancient town have long faded. The bamboo walls have weathered into dust, but the lesson drifts gently across centuries. Not everything radiant is real. Not every soft face hides a gentle heart. Sometimes, what appears beautiful under moonlight is only painted skin. And as you rest tonight, let illusions fall away. Let your breathing grow slow. Let your heart remain clear. The night is quiet now. The demon is gone. Only the soft glow of distant lanterns remains, fading into peaceful darkness. When the night had grown quiet once more, and even the restless wind seemed to settle, a narrow road stretched between darkened fields and sleeping trees. The village lanterns had faded one by one. Doors were closed. Windows were dark. Only the moon remained awake, silver and watchful in the sky. Along that quiet road walked a traveler. His name was Li Yan. He was not in a hurry. His robe moved gently with each step. His shoes brushed softly against the dust of the path. Li Yan had been traveling for many days, across rivers that reflected the sky, past hills wrapped in thin morning mist, through towns where voices rose and fell like waves. He did not seek wealth. He did not chase fame. He simply walked and listened. Some men listened for praise. Some listened for opportunity. Li Yan listened to silence. That evening, as the air cooled and the stars began to appear, he noticed something standing slightly apart from the road. An old courtyard house. Its outer wall looked pale beneath the moonlight. The wooden gate leaned slightly to one side. An empty lantern hook hung above the doorway, swaying just a little in the breeze. The house did not look ruined, only forgotten. Li Yan paused at the edge of the stone path that led to the gate. Weeds had begun to grow between the cracks, but the door itself was closed, carefully closed, not broken, not abandoned in haste. He stepped closer. The wood of the gate felt smooth beneath his fingers, cool from the night air. For a moment, he simply stood there, listening. No voices, no movement, only stillness. Gently, he pushed,
The gate opened with a soft breath of sound. Inside, the courtyard was small but orderly. A single tree stood near the center, its branches curved like open hands. Moonlight filtered through its leaves and fell in scattered patterns across the ground. To one side stood the main room. Its door was slightly ajar. Li Yan entered slowly. The air carried a faint scent of dried tea leaves and old wood. It was not the scent of decay. It was the scent of something paused. A low wooden table rested near the window. On it sat a small porcelain teacup, not broken, not overturned, just waiting. Beside the cup lay a folded piece of embroidery. Li Yan moved closer and lifted the edge of the cloth gently. The silk threads shimmered faintly in the moonlight. A branch of plum blossoms extended halfway across the fabric. The final flower had not yet been stitched. The needle still rested where it had last been placed, as if the hands that held it had only stepped away for a moment and would soon return. Li Yan set the cloth down carefully. He removed his bundle and placed it near the wall. From it, he took a small oil lamp and lit it. The flame rose slowly, steady and calm. Shadows gathered along the corners of the room. Nothing here felt frightening. Nothing felt violent. Only quiet, as though time had inhaled and forgotten to exhale. Li Yan folded his outer robe and sat upon the wooden floor. Through the open window, the tree in the courtyard swayed almost imperceptibly. A single leaf loosened from its branch and drifted downward without sound. Li Yan watched it fall. He did not know whose house this had once been, but he sensed no harm in resting there for the night. He leaned lightly against the wall. The wooden beams above him were strong, though aged. The floor beneath him creaked softly, like an old memory adjusting itself. Somewhere beyond the courtyard walls, a night bird called once, then grew silent. Li Yan closed his eyes for a moment and listened. The house listened too, and in that shared stillness, the quiet seemed deeper than before.
Li Yan did not sleep immediately. The lamp beside him burned with a quiet, steady glow. Its light moved gently along the wooden walls, revealing faint marks left by years of living. He let his eyes wander slowly around the room. In one corner stood a tall cabinet. Its doors were closed, but not locked. A thin layer of dust rested along its top edge, yet the handles looked polished, as though they had once been touched often. Near the doorway hung a simple straw hat. It was shaped for a woman's head, light, practical, worn along the inner rim. Li Yan imagined her stepping out into the courtyard on a bright morning, tying her hair back, lifting that hat into place. On the opposite wall hung a small scroll. He rose quietly and stepped closer. The ink had faded slightly, but the characters were still clear. They spoke of patience, of waiting without bitterness, of holding hope without demanding reward. The strokes were careful, unhurried. He wondered who had written them. Returning to the low table, Li Yan noticed something he had not seen before. Beneath the embroidery cloth lay a second teacup, placed across from the first, not stored away, not hidden, set as if for two people. He stood very still. The room did not feel lonely. It felt expectant, as though every object carried a memory that had not yet dissolved. He opened the cabinet gently. Inside were neatly folded garments, a winter cloak, a pair of gloves, clothes prepared for colder days, and beneath them, a small wooden box. He lifted it carefully. Inside lay several letters, each one tied with thin thread. The paper had yellowed, but the writing was preserved. Li Yan did not read them fully. He did not need to. From the first few lines he understood. They were letters sent from far away, from battlefields, from distant provinces. They spoke of returning soon, of roads that would lead home again, of promises carried like lantern light through darkness. The last letter ended mid-sentence. The ink trailed off. No signature followed. Li Yan closed the box softly and placed it back where it had rested. Now he understood. This house had not been abandoned in fear. It had been held in waiting. The unfinished embroidery, the prepared winter clothes, the 2 teacups. Each object remained as it was, because someone believed the door would open again, believed footsteps would return along the stone path. Outside, the tree in the courtyard shifted slightly. A few more leaves loosened themselves and drifted down, silent and unhurried. Time had continued. Seasons had changed. But inside these walls, hope had once stood still. Li Yan lowered himself back to the floor. He did not feel sorrow, only a deep, gentle respect. Some forms of devotion are loud. They demand to be seen. Others are quiet. They sit by an open door. They prepare tea for 2. They stitch the final flower and wait. The oil lamp flickered once, then steadied again. Gradually, the night thinned. The sky beyond the window softened from black to deep blue. A faint line of silver touched the horizon. Dawn was approaching. Li Yan rose and folded his robe once more. He did not disturb the room. He placed the embroidery exactly as he had found it. He aligned the teacups carefully. At the doorway, he paused. The courtyard was pale with early light. The tree stood calm and unchanged. For a brief moment, He imagined the sound of gentle footsteps behind him, but there was only the wind. He stepped outside and closed the gate quietly. The latch settled into place with a soft click. The house remained still, yet it did not feel heavy. It felt honored, as though its long vigil had been witnessed. Li Yan returned to the narrow road. Morning mist drifted low across the fields. Birdsong began softly in the distance. He did not look back. Some stories are not meant to be finished. Some promises are carried not in fulfillment, but in the patience of those who believed. And as the sun slowly rose, the old courtyard stood beneath the light, holding its silence gently within the new day.
As the night deepened and the quiet village lay beneath the gentle glow of moonlight, the secret courtyard had settled into stillness. Shadows softened along the streets, and the world seemed to breathe slowly. Somewhere beyond the courtyard, in another corner of the village, a new story began to unfold. A story of imagination, wonder, and a brush that could bring art to life.
Long ago, in a small village, surrounded by rolling hills and flowering fields, there lived a young boy named Ming. Ming loved to draw. Every day, he would sit beneath the shade of an old plum tree, sketching the world around him with a simple stick of charcoal. Though his drawings were simple, they captured the world as he saw it. The curve of a river, the sway of bamboo, the flutter of a bird's wing. Ming dreamed of one day becoming a master artist. Yet his family had little money, and the world outside his village often seemed far too large to conquer. One quiet afternoon, as he wandered along the market street, Ming noticed an old shop tucked between two larger buildings. Its sign was faded, but the carvings of dragons and clouds hinted at something extraordinary inside. Curiosity tugged at him. He stepped through the wooden door, and a faint bell chimed above his head. The shop was filled with scrolls, brushes, and jars of colored ink that shimmered like liquid jewels. Behind the counter stood an old man, his eyes bright and knowing, and in his hand he held a brush unlike any Ming had ever seen. The handle was carved from rare wood, and the bristles seemed to glimmer with an inner light. "You have an eye for seeing what others cannot," the old man said softly. "Perhaps this brush is meant for you." He extended it toward Ming. Ming's heart leapt. He had never owned a brush like this before. He took it with trembling hands, feeling a strange warmth pulse through his fingers. The old man nodded once, knowingly, and returned to arranging his scrolls, leaving Ming alone with the magic brush. Back beneath the plum tree, Ming began to draw. First, a small bird, simple and delicate. He traced the curves of its wings, the shape of its beak, and to his astonishment, the bird blinked once, then fluttered its wings, alive before him, chirping softly, then flying off into the breeze. Ming gasped. It was not an illusion. The brush had brought his art to life. Encouraged, he drew a small fish in a puddle nearby. The fish shimmered, flicked its tail, and leapt into the water as if it had always belonged there. With each stroke of the brush, Ming felt a gentle hum of energy, as if the world itself responded to his imagination. Yet as the sun began to dip behind the hills, Ming realized something important. With great power comes responsibility. The brush could create wonders, yes, but it could also bring trouble if used carelessly. That evening, as the stars blinked awake, Ming carefully returned the brush to the shop. The old man nodded again, his eyes twinkling. "Remember, young one," he said, "the brush shows not only what you see, but what you carry in your heart. Use it wisely." Ming walked home slowly, the cool night wrapping around him like a soft blanket. He thought of all the things he could create and all the things he must not. And though the world was quiet, he felt a quiet thrill, knowing that tomorrow his imagination would be more alive than ever before. And so, beneath the silver glow of moonlight, the adventure of the magic brush had only just begun.
The next morning, Ming awoke with excitement dancing in his chest. He hurried beneath the plum tree, the magic brush carefully wrapped in cloth. The air smelled of dew and earth, and the gentle rustle of bamboo seemed to whisper encouragement. He began to draw again, this time a small garden full of flowers. He traced petals, leaves, and winding vines with careful strokes. As he finished, the garden shimmered, and then, slowly, a tiny patch of blossoms appeared before him, their colors brighter and richer than any he had seen in real life. Ming could hardly believe his eyes. Each flower swayed as if caught in a gentle breeze, and the scent filled the air with sweetness. It was as if the garden had been waiting for his brush to bring it to life. Encouraged by his success, Ming drew a bird with golden wings. The moment he finished, it sprang from the page, singing a melody that filled the air. Ming laughed with joy, marveling at the life he could create with a simple stroke. Yet, as the day went on, he noticed a strange thing. The creatures he brought to life grew restless. The bird fluttered around wildly. The flowers shimmered too brightly, and even the pond he had drawn rippled as if alive. He realized the magic brush was not only powerful, but also alive in some way, responding to his feelings, his wishes, even his impatience. One afternoon, a greedy merchant visited the village. He heard rumors of Ming's miraculous brush and demanded to see it. Ming hesitated, remembering the old man's warning. The brush shows not only what you see, but what you carry in your heart. If he let the merchant handle it, chaos could follow. The merchant grew angry at Ming's refusal, calling him foolish and threatening to take the brush by force. Ming's heart raced, and he gripped the brush tightly. He had a choice: let desire and fear control him, or trust in his own wisdom. He whispered softly to himself, "This brush is for creation, not greed." With careful strokes, Ming drew a flowing river between the merchant and himself. The river sparkled with magical water and swirled with life, rising gently to block the merchant's path. The merchant stumbled and fell back, startled, and Ming calmly stepped aside. The brush had acted as his protector, but only because he had respected it. From that day forward, Ming used the brush with care. He drew flowers, birds, and small animals, each one filling the village with quiet wonder, but never harm. He shared its magic gently, teaching the children to see the beauty in imagination, patience, and kindness. Years later, Ming grew old beneath the plum tree, the brush resting safely in its carved box. The village had flourished with small miracles, and each creation he had brought to life had vanished quietly, returning to the world in a way only he could understand. He smiled, knowing the brush had not only created wonders outside, but had shaped his own heart as well. It had taught him responsibility, humility, and the joy of bringing life to his dreams, without ever seeking fame or greed. And so, beneath the soft glow of the moon, the magic brush remained a gentle secret of the village, waiting for those who would approach it with care, curiosity, and a kind heart. And as you rest tonight, let your imagination bloom like Ming's garden. Let your thoughts wander freely. Let your heart feel gentle wonder. And know that magic can exist quietly, even in the simplest strokes. Good night.